Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. So we're over here at Bill's, and this Kubota, if you can see it, it's got a unnatural lean going to it. And we don't have the best light on this side, but it's got a flat tire. And I was told about this after he said he tried to put air in it and it didn't work. It just probably leaked down and then busted the bead off the rim there. So we'll see if we can get this fixed. Slide his floor jack in. This is kind of a tight little fit in here. There we go. All right, let's see if we can just add some air to this and see if it'll reseat on the bead. There it goes. It's going to be perfect. Okay, so yeah, if you've got a tire that is deflated and come off the bead, if you can get the weight off of it, a lot of times that'll let it be close enough that if you just add air, it'll go ahead and re-pop that bead on there. So now let me reposition my jack. I didn't really like where that was at anyway. And we'll take that wheel off and find out where it's at. There we go. Now we're right on the differential, which is a lot safer. Don't tell Bill, but I'm actually not sure what I jacked this up on before. Okay, so let's take this over where we can see, and we'll see if we can find what's making it leak. So we're going to see if we can find out where this tire was leaking at. And how I do that is I'll over pressurize this thing a little bit. Usually these tires take about 12 pounds. We'll see what we got, but we'll throw about 20 in it, and that'll help make it leak faster if it is leaking. Okay, and the max PSI on this is 20, so we'll go up to close to 30. And then I'll do starting at the valve stem, we'll roll it. So there's valve stem. We'll roll it and look for anything in here that looks like a nail or screw or cut and see if we see anything obvious. This has so much mud in it that I might miss it. But then if we don't see something here, I'll get the squirt bottle and we'll start looking for air bubbles. Okay, so there's one complete revolution and I didn't see anything. So the other thing that I'll do is I'll start with the air, the soap, and start on the rim and also the valve core, because those are the two places I found more leaks. Well, I just got some Dawn in a spray bottle along with a bunch of water, and we'll just start seeing if we see any bubbles any place. I didn't see any there, so we'll go around the rim. Okay, and I don't see any around the bead here on the rim. So we'll flip it over and do the other side. And if nothing else, we've cleaned this tire. Okay, I don't see any bubbles here. And we don't hear any leaks. Maggie did hear the air compressor over there tank leaking. So again, starting at the valve core, we'll just kind of spray around and look, see if we get any bubbles coming up any place. And if it's underneath some of that mud, it might be tough. It's too cold to power wash this, but that would be the next step, is clean the mud out of here and then do the same thing. Okay, I don't know if this has a leak. It's possible that it was just low from the weather changing, and maybe he didn't notice it for a while. I don't see any holes in it. I don't see anything blowing bubbles, and we should with this stuff. It's pretty obvious. And it could be under some of that mud, but since I can't power wash the thing, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this back on, and we'll come check it in a couple days and see if it's still got air in it. Okay, I just learned more to the story. So when this was low, he added a can of Fix-A-Flat. There's a possibility that it has a leak along the rim or something. And when he put this stuff in, possibly it sealed it. And now that we've aired the tire up, we can't find the leak because maybe the Fix-A-Flat fixed it. I don't use Fix-A-Flat in anything. I'm not that big a fan of it. Usually it just makes a bigger mess. But let's put this wheel back on here and we'll just check and see if it holds air. Like I said, this very well may be the first time that I personally have ever seen Fix-A-Flat seal a hole. But like I said, I quit using the stuff when I was probably about 15 or so, just because I tried it several times and never could make it work for me. So I'm just gonna put these lugs on and then we'll come back in a day or two and see if there's any air in this tire. If there's not, we'll have to get out a pressure washer once it gets above freezing, clean the tire, and then basically do the exact same thing. You could use a torque wrench on these, but as Terrell says, it's not the space shuttle. A couple ooga-oogas will take care of it. All right, well, let's let it down and then we'll come back and see if we got any air in this thing later. Okay, so I didn't have a jack stand under that, and I normally do, but this thing is so low to the ground that honestly, if this jack failed and came down, it's still 6 inches off the ground, which will keep it from hitting anything. So I just didn't put my feet or anything up underneath it, and I think that'll work. All right, so definitely be safe when you're doing this. Use jack stands where appropriate and know when that is. Fixing your thing.
Oh, yeah. On the camera.
Yeah, but we're done now. We'll just film. Oh, she's filming you. Okay. Yeah.
What did you fix?
Your tire on your Kubota.
No kidding?
Yeah.
How'd you get it jacked up?
I slid the jack up underneath it. Which, okay, where I normally would jack it up and where I did jack it up eventually was under the differential. But I had to find a spot on the frame that wasn't where any transmission hydraulic lines or anything were.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Because the differential was lower than the jack. Yeah. So I jacked it up a little bit, put air in the tire, and then once the tire was holding it up, then I slid it under the differential.
Oh, that tire held air?
It sure did, yeah.
Well, you see where it run out.
I know. Anyway, where you put that Fix-A-Flat in, I wondered if maybe that, you know, it didn't ever, you know, the way you're supposed to use Fix-A-Flats, put it in there, put air the rest of the way up with air, and then drive it so it circulates. Yeah. But maybe the hole, if it was right at the bottom, maybe the Fix-A-Flat sealed it, because we went all the way around and I couldn't find a leak, so you just owe for a service call.
Okay. Yeah. And that's why I left that back there.
Yeah.
So you,
yeah, we'll take a look at it, but yeah, I think it's fixed.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come back and make sure it's still holding air tomorrow.
Well, you see those two tires up there?
Oh, yeah.
One of them two tires will fit that mower.
I know.
There's more than that up there. It looks good to me.
Well, like I said, we'll come back tomorrow and make sure it's still full of air.
All right.
But I looked every place I could look, and without power washing all the mud off of it, we went all the way around it with the spray bottle and didn't see any leaks whatsoever. So.
Good. Looks great.
Yep.
Yeah. That one there, I still want to go over these parts underneath here. That mower doesn't.
All the bushings and stuff and spindles probably, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's 30 years old.
Okay.
And I rebuilt it one time.
Yeah. Well, we can get the parts and do it, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, it's worth it.
Oh yeah, it's a good old tractor.
You ain't kidding. That thing is, ain't missed a lick of firing since.
Yeah, since you had it.
And it did some rough mowing too.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to consider that fixed. So, hope you liked the video. It's short, but sometimes those are the best. Have a great day and be safe.